Hello, everyone, and let's try this again. Welcome to The Regulars. I am Stacey McGonigal.
I'm Jason Deraz.
Please tell us in the chat if you can hear us. We were here once before. Oh my gosh. Jason, let me get the confirmation when you have it. Let's welcome our lovely pal, Mr. Casual Friday, Mr. Rob Baker.
Casual Friday.
I love that your reaction is silent this time. Oh my God. Please tell us in the chat if you can hear us. We're on. They can hear us. Great. Wow, that was a tense 10 minutes, and we're here, and I'm happy you're here, Rob. It makes me so happy to have Casual Friday.
I'm so happy to be here. While we were down, we had so many great conversations.
We actually really did. Like we were talking about who was each member of the cast of Frasier. I got Roz, which I really loved. I love that. I don't mind her.
It's fitting.
It's fitting. And why?
Roz is the best.
Is she?
Oh yeah, she's like outspoken. She's saucy. Like she gets what she wants.
I feel like she's wearing a lot of like neutrals and browns. That's where she sort of loses makeup.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you feel like you're more of a Daphne?
Oh God, no. No.
Yeah.
I don't have the optimism of a Daphne, and I know that. I'm not scared to admit that.
Or the British elegance.
And Jason insisted he was Frasier in the.
No, I did not. I'm Fraser's dad, and my wife's Seattle.
Yeah, Jason did call his wife Seattle, and it did make me laugh. Quite a lot.
And I'm Bulldog.
Yeah, you're Bulldog.
Yes. Oh, 100%. And then we got into the classic episode where him and Eddie had a conversation. So
yeah, Bulldog and Eddie got in a fight over a chair.
Oh yeah.
And Bulldog won.
Yeah. Jenny Cirillo says we all sound wonderful, and I'm really excited. Should we get into our beverage so we can start drinking it, because I'm ready. And my cubes are floating, so I'm ready to just chug a lug away. Let me tell you, every time you're on, Rob, like no joke, like I had Bailey's and coffee. I finished the stream. I felt really good. I was like, ooh. There's something about just getting nuts at noon that just really sets the tone for the day.
Yeah. How's taking care of your 4-year-old kid? It's great.
It's great.
It's great.
No worries at all, man.
No, they think of these games that are pretty great.
I think he's in the backyard.
I came up with this game where I'm the lava and I lay down and they can't touch me for hours. I'm on fire. So we decided to do a marg, basically. A simple, elegant.
We all did different versions of the margarita that are all fun.
Oh, really? Let's go into it. So Casual Friday himself, Haley just said, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
I love that you got Haley's tone down as well.
Hell yeah, brother. Okay, so Rob, you tell us about your marg and we'll go around the table.
This is great. So I went with classic marg.
Love.
It's lime juice, tequila, a little bit of syrup, and I think that's it.
Sweet. And Jason, what did you do?
I'm going to call mine large marg, and it is muddled strawberries.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Or Pee-wee's Big Adventure, kind of. I muddled a strawberry because I didn't have any limes around. And then I used, instead of tequila, because I didn't have it, I used mezcal.
Wait, that's not in frame, so you really have to get it more in frame than you think to show everyone.
I used this mezcal.
Okay. Okay.
I got it for my birthday because the person that gave it to me says, the bottle looks like a bowling pin. I don't know if you like mezcal, but cool bottle.
I'm very interested.
And they're right.
In that I'm very interested in what's in that bottle.
I know, me too.
It's so good. I love a mezcal. We're just because I like the smokiness. Anyway, so I got that, strawberries. I've got some simple syrup, and then that's my cool larg marg.
So I thought I had tequila, and then there was a bit of a run around this morning with that, and so I actually have gin. Now I did look up a gin margarita, so this is what I made. I made an orange lime simple syrup, and I have gin and then I have like a spicy salted rim with the gin.
Ooh, how did you spice the rim? What's the spicy salt? How'd you get that?
I used just a little bit of red pepper flakes and salt and like a little bit of like sugar. And I just like grounded it up.
You MacGyvered the heck out of that drink, and I love it.
And let me tell you, it's delicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I-
That's exactly what Roz would say.
We're on air, and this is delicious. In my mind, and I've never watched Frasier, but was Roz pregnant all the time? Didn't she have kids?
All the time.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think she was pregnant all the time.
I don't think she was ever pregnant.
Good to know.
Wasn't she always complaining about like her lack of a love life? Wasn't that one of her bits?
That
She
tracks.
went on dates a lot.
Oh, yeah. Single in the city in Seattle.
Yeah.
And every time Daphne went on a date, Niles melted.
Oh, my God. I never believed for 1 second that Niles was into Daphne. I just never did. I never did. Didn't buy it.
Really?
I don't know. I also like my family wasn't a Frasier family. You know,
No.
we weren't reading to the kids before bed. So I never really I never really got into Frasier. And now that I have a Kindle, I feel like maybe I should give her a go. Maybe I'll get it more.
I know they were a Roseanne family, but were they a Cheers family then? Were you a Cheers family?
We certainly were a Cheers family, but we were more Roseanne. I was a Roseanne family. So that's what I watched. But maybe everyone likes Frasier. Maybe I should give it a go.
I know that it's controversial, but I like Cheers better than Frasier. So
I think Cheers is one of the top 5 sitcoms of all time.
Yeah.
But like Frasier is top 10. Like it's up there for sure.
Frasier. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for classic sitcoms for sure. But so is Roseanne.
Roseanne is great except for the
you've
back
already got
seasons.
3 of your 10 slots filled with those. There's so many others you could put in there.
Well, most of the rest is Dear John.
Their different seasons are different, or they count as different television
No,
shows.
Rob-
Each season was so unique that it needs its own slot.
Now, Rob, I do want to update you that Jason has already mentioned this week at least 3 or 4 films that he has also never seen very openly and shows. It's getting out of control. Yeah. Jenny says that Frasier made her feel sad and depressed when she was younger because nothing seemed to work out for them. So maybe she needs a rewatch. And you know what, Jenny? I'll happily follow in that rewatch. I think it's time.
And Tasha's out there with Family Ties. Cheers. Who's the boss? Who's the boss apparently is coming back or something. I'm like, don't bring that
I don't
back.
want that back. I don't want it.
I don't even know if it would hold the original, which I loved when I was a kid. I don't think it's gonna hold up.
Angela. That's all.
Yeah.
I can
Samantha?
Oh, that's it. Not Angela.
Mona.
Who's Angela? Why would-
Jonathan.
What I love about
That's
Who's
the
Boss-
credits of the show. It's just Tony Maselli saying all the characters' names.
He's in his van looking at the camera.
Hasn't even met them yet. He's driving to the. He goes, well,
Jonathan. Jonathan.
Moner.
Moaner.
well, Growing Pains was the one that they paired up with it, and that had a character on it literally called Boner, which is crazy.
What?
In Growing Pains, one of the main characters, it's like Mike Seaver's friend was Boner, and he would be on all the time, and they'd be like, Boner's coming over.
What?
Just listen. Yeah, 100%.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just like, I'm surprised is all I'm saying.
Boner.
Were you a big Seinfeld family like we were? My dad would make us watch it, and I never really understood what they were talking. Like, I didn't know what the competition was until I rewatched it. And I was like, I laughed with my dad about that. Them jerking off.
Oh. Yeah.
Sorry.
Jen Caruana's on it.
That's what
Boners to
they're
bone.
No, I think we've agreed to move on. I've made it weird in the chat.
I was just imagining, because like sometimes you like as a kid, you like a sex scene would come on and you're with your parents and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that's a 22-minute episode all about masturbation.
Yeah, my dad didn't give a shit. He was like, they don't know. And we were like, Kramer's moving funny. Like,
You don't get this.
Jameson said Seinfeld was too mean for my mom. Oof. Our houses were different.
I want to hear more quotes about we weren't reading the kids family.
Yeah. One time I said to my parents, I was like, I don't think you read to us. They're like, we read to you. And I go, yeah, I mean, like maybe kids' books. But like, what's one book you read to me? And they were like, there was books. And I was like, name any. My dad wasn't sitting down reading Roald Dahl to me or whatever he was
I
called.
think your mom named 4 of them. I think she said, Mary Claire, Year in Review.
That was me
Bible.
when Jan asked me about. Rob was there. Rob, were you there for that scene when Jan asked me to name 4 books and I couldn't? In an improv scene?
I heard about it because you lost it.
Yeah, well, it really broke my brain. But the Bible, I did mention that. Yeah, we weren't reading.
Did I say Bible wrong? Oh my God.
Bibble. The Bibble. Well,
I've never heard it said out loud.
Well,
actually, that's how Jesus pronounced it. So
I was trying to explain Good Friday, and you know what? I got some stuff wrong on it. Usually on in the city, there's a couple of parades that have been canceled, but they reenact the murder of Jesus. And I don't know if that's what you call it, but it was a murder, and he was murdered. Depending where you lay on that whole issue.
Happy Good Friday, everybody.
I remember I got in trouble at school once because we were talking about the Bible, and I didn't go to a religious school in any capacity, but I think they just were like, hey, this is a thing that exists. And I was like, well, who wrote it? And they were like, well,
a bunch of guys 100 years later.
Exactly.
So it all happened.
I'm like, listen.
When there was no internet, there was no, like, it was passed down after whatever. But
again, Jan says allegedly murdered, allegedly. But I was like, well, who wrote it? And they're like, yeah, a bunch of guys. And I'm like, listen, my dad and his friends in the backyard get drunk and tell stories all the time. That's who we're judging the stories on?
Yeah, because listen to those stories. They're not told properly. They're told with a lot of exaggeration. So
well, the Bible
also, if you write down those stories your dad and his friends tell, then that'll be the Book of Stacy. That's yeah.
And you know,
you wrote that book.
Yes. And everyone should follow it. And I would actually think it'd be a better world for everyone.
Except it would have to be your great grandkids that wrote the stories down that your dad told. And then that would be the Bible of Stacy. Because like it happened 100 years later.
But doesn't it sound like sometimes, and not to like insult religion because this is a religious holiday, but like doesn't it just sound like someone got drunk and was like, and we can't have shrimp. No one can have shrimp anymore. I don't like them in shells. And you're like, oh, okay. Write that down. I guess that's a rule.
It does feel like there was a few things set up and it was like, oh God.
Like if the 3 of us were to write a book and we were allowed to put in rules, I think there'd be a few very specific ones that we would just want due to our own pet peeve about the whole situation. You know, like thou shalt not say moist anymore. You know, that might be a rule I'd throw out.
Nobody's allowed to go to the gym for more than 45 minutes at a time.
Thou shalt describe every movie henceforth as Dear John. These are the rules that we might throw out. Just saying. Okay, Jason, I wanted to ask, and I don't want to push it forward, but do you have any dumb stories so we can play Ding That's My Stop? Because
whoa, jumping right into it.
No,
yes,
I'm just saying, do you have them? I'm not saying we need to rush into them, but
I have a few of them, and
ooh, I am getting warm in robe, you know?
Yeah, wasn't Jesus always in a robe? Like this guy must be sweating all the time.
You know, Jesus always in a robe, making water into wine, hanging out with women who have a sexual past. Yeah, he's sexy, you know, got abs, you know, what a sexy man. Nope. Again, I keep sucking the energy out of the room. Mark Contrada would like to know if Jason is broadcasting from the Lakers training facility.
Yeah. We're on quarantine here. We're just going to have a game of horse later.
Nigel asked me if my version of the Bible, if there would be pictures in it. And I want to say almost exclusively. It would be a big picture book with just yes or no. Each page would say, do this, do not do this. That would be it.
It's a choose your own adventure Bible.
Oh my God, that would be fun, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Will you not eat shellfish? You're like, damn straight I will.
Hell yeah, from the bag. From the bag,
Everybody's
baby.
at school doing different things because all the religions kind of tell them different things because they went on different adventures.
Yeah.
Will you or will you not travel to Sodom? You're like, fuck yeah, I will.
Hell yeah, get there, girl. Get there. I love it. Sorry, there was a man that just walked by and I realized how ridiculous this looks. my hair is done and there's makeup on. I'm in robe with a huge mic and camera on me in front of a big window. So people do sometimes will walk by and just go, and I'm like, "Hi."
I think they're looking at your bin and being like, "I got to go home and get some shit in a bag."
Oh God, my recycling bin.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'll be right back to put that in that bin.
What? Okay, so have you been playing any Animal Crossing, Baker? Because I know you were a Stardew Valley guy, but are you doing any Animal Crossing?
I have not played Animal Crossing at all, but I'm very interested. I keep looking at pictures of
Me
what
too.
people are doing, and I need to know more.
So yesterday, Mark Andrada was joking about me playing Animal Crossing and doing like a Twitch stream, but I was like, haha. But then I started like, due to quarantine and being bored, started looking into what Animal Crossing is. It looks so fun. And Mark Andrada gave away Anne Pornell at her wedding last night in Animal Crossing.
Beautiful.
There was a marriage among friends.
Beautiful.
And I was like, you can get married? You can just hang out? They were just like skating around. I think they did drugs.
That's great.
I'm down for it.
No weddings in Stardew Valley, so
What?
different religions.
Wow.
It's just that Emily was really into me until I gave her a cake, and now she doesn't like me.
I still
like,
think about
a little
that.
close to home, Jason.
I would really, really have enjoyed that cake. Since I talked to you, I tried to make cookie dough out of chickpeas. It was a low point. Never again.
Didn't work.
Mm-mm.
Although Jameson said he's jumping ship on our podcast and he's going to listen to the Pink Bikinis pod across the street. So
Bakes, you know about this, right? There's a neighbor of mine who comes out and wears a pink bikini. And today seems like a nice day, so I'm hoping to see her. I've really missed her, to be quite honest. Saw her once.
She's got to be out there today. Yeah.
pink bikini with pink stilettos.
Yeah.
Which is...
I actually saw her, I think her, because there was a woman wearing a hot pink jacket and pants and shoes. And I was like, well, this sort of tracks. And I kind of wanted to follow her a bit, but I can't due to quarantine rules. But she was taking
Oh my God.
What?
Imagine that lady walking by your house every day, and in your mind, you've connected them both together. But one day she goes to walk by, the lady in the pink coat, but then the lady with the pink bikini steps out of the balcony at the same time. And you go, no, there was no way I was wrong. Brain broken.
Oh my God. And they have a new religion. Anyways, I've lost it as well. No, I had.
It's a great casual Friday.
Well, okay. Do you have any dumb stories?
Yeah, I got dumb stories. So, and what's funny, however you want to take the word funny, is I have like maybe like 6 stories, 5 stories, 6 stories. And I did this on purpose. 4 of them, and they're all from like today or very, very recently, like within the last couple of days. They're all about breaking world records.
Oh my God. I can't wait for kids.
Not for kids, for Guinness, for like the Guinness World Book of Records. And I was like, this is crazy. What are people doing?
No.
But now I guess everyone's locked up. So they're just like, well, let's see how stupid we can get. And we'll get in the Guinness World Book of Records.
Now, Baker, you know that Jason's dad was in the Guinness Book of World Records, right?
Hello.
No.
He was.
What?
He was, he played the longest game of basketball for 1 year. And then, because the next year it was beaten by another group of people.
How long did he play for?
I can't remember the hours, but say it was like 17 hours. I'm just going to throw a number out there because I don't remember how long it was. But I do know like the one guy on his team, because what it was you got, I think, 6 players. So you get to have one sub come in. Mm-hmm. And the one guy bowed out in the first like hour because he was like, I'm sick. So they just had to play.
And that person was me. Time. I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm sick. I'm out of here.
But that guy probably still got his name in the Guinness World Book of Records too. And he's just like, I'm there.
Yeah.
But you may ask, what did his dad get for being in the Guinness Book of World Records? And the answer is
probably nothing. I don't think anything.
You said nothing. He got nothing.
Yeah, I don't. He never told me if he got it. I don't think he got anything. Maybe he got a certificate. It's like yeah, Guinness.
You pretending to be your dad. I think your robe is completely open.
On purpose.
Jeez, okay.
I saw Rob's open and I was like, "This is I want to live casual Friday."
Yeah, but there's
vibes.
a difference. There's just like there's an easiness to Baker. Like you're just like it's pushed.
I know this is stressed out guy trying to. It's like I'm in the Dominican Republic on the beach, just trying to lay down a chair.
You're in the what?
Dominican Republic.
You just said Dominican Public.
Yeah. I was out in public in the Dominican.
Oh, yeah, killing it.
But I'm the guy that's like trying to read a book, but he obviously doesn't read very often. He's got his chair laid out and there's like sand everywhere. I'm just like, I'm trying to be comfortable, but I hate it.
Hey, family, listen up.
People like being on the beach, but I don't like being on the beach. I don't know why people like being on the beach.
I don't think I've ever seen you like fully relaxed, Jay. Like I don't know. Have you?
No, I can't sleep. Like
Oh my God. I feel like Baker's just pure relax. I feel like
I think Baker is setting up his life on Animal Crossing right now. Or
sorry, can't talk.
Haley said that someone walked the Austin Marathon in designer clothes to make it into the Guinness Book of World Records for longest fashion runway.
I actually am fully into this.
No.
That's
Why do you need
as long
that?
as they walked the entire time like they were on a runway, I'm way into this.
No. I've never felt... That's the most relaxed I've ever seen you. That's so nice.
You found a secret. Put him
Put
on
me
a runway.
Put me in a runway.
Here's the Jenny Craig before. Look.
Ew.
I can't be part of the after.
Oh God.
I mean, before was pretty happy. I would
Yeah,
say that guy
before-
can just live his life.
Before seemed great. What happened?
You know what? You guys are right. Just accept my body for what it is. Potato Dave.
We do accept it. Do you?
No.
Oh, geez. I'd like to know in the chat if people are in robe and what cocktails they're enjoying, mocktail or otherwise. I just want to know what bevs are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have any
There was
plans?
mentioned before when we had the other one going. People were talking about beer, but I missed it. What there was, so maybe there's some beers been cracked today already.
Well, I
which is
will
great.
tell you, I ordered some beer to my house. It felt very luxurious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have what I like to call bad taste in beer. So I like it to taste like lake water, like Ontario water. I'm not a big I like a plain beer. So this was kind of stressful to me, but I thought I would go out of my comfort zone and order some crafty crafts. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I got a picnic beer. It's called Picnic Beer. It has Meyer lemon in it.
Yum.
Yeah, it sounds good,
Oh.
right? Anyways, it was delivered to
Like
me.
a shandy.
Is that what that's called?
Like lemonade and beer. I think that's a shandy, right?
Yeah, I think that's a shandy.
Oh, right. Because then Nigel would put vodka in it and call it a Hollywood. And then I would forget what my name was. I had two of those
But
ones. Ooh, sorry, go ahead,
Doesn't
Rob.
Nigel call every drink a Hollywood?
Hey man, if Nigel says it, it's going to be smooth and it's going to be cool, and we're all going to listen.
Yeah,
Rob-
he's like, you can have a milk, and he'll be like, put some Dr. Pepper in there. Call that a Hollywood.
Call that a Hollywood. He had, when Nigel worked at Second City, he had a football glass cup that the staff would wash and put on the shelf. So when he came out to get a drink, they would put it in the thing. And so he was like, we got to drink Hollywoods. And so there were some nights I can't remember. They're gone forever for me. And then when I came back to Second City, I was like, tradition, we got to have some Hollywoods. And then I was like dead after two. Dead to the world. They're nasty. They'll get you.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people reaching out. There's full robes going on here, unless you're Mark Andrade and it's cardigan and pajamas, which is kind of like a cool robe.
Oh, yeah. A
That's the
cardigan
nicest.
is... a cardigan is... That's an outside robe.
That's a sexy robe because it's half. It's half the size, right? Your little butt can hang out if you so choose. Hell
That's a
yeah.
robe when you're on the go.
Oh,
Remember
this
when
is my
Obi-Wan
on.
Kenobi died in that big oversized robe or cardigan?
Yeah. Remember he looked at Luke and then he died in his cardigan?
Yeah, Rob said my partner and I are fully in robe with beer and cider. That's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Last week, Jameson sent us a picture and he was drinking moonshine.
Yeah, that's
Did he make it?
No, it had a label, so and it looked like not a homemade label.
Okay.
so what is moonshine?
Maybe he's just really good at making labels too.
Oh, man.
Jameson's good at everything. Whenever
Yeah.
Jameson seems to be our fact checker, I think, in this podcast. Whenever we're talking and it's like, well, I don't know. And then Jameson will chime in and be like, okay, well, here's the right answer.
Yeah.
So
you need
dumb.
that.
We need it. We need a fact checker. We're just saying things confidently here. Haley says raspberry White Claw is what she's drinking, and I got dressed for once to go grab takeout. Okay, brave.
All right.
Get into it.
Yeah.
I have not been doing.
Heather's here. Heather also just got her sweater yesterday and was reaching out how comfortable it is, which is so
great.
nice. And now she's got an old fashioned because she got no tequila in the house.
Oof. I feel like we're all going to need a nap.
Tune in to the next episode of Heather's Sweater.
Allegedly.
All right, so let's get into some Ding That's My Stops. I want to hear some of these.
Okay. Do you want me to do the Guinness World Book of Records first or the other stories first?
Other stories. I don't care about. Do you care, Rob, about Guinness Book or World Records? I know it's your
You
dad's
will.
thing, but okay. Well, say
okay.
one then.
No, I'll do this one first.
Mix
then.
them up. Just mix them up.
Just mix them up.
Oh shit, Roz is losing it.
I can't. Jameson
here's
said.
the first one.
Sorry, Jameson said Dixon Moonshine is a distillery in Guelph, Ontario. But what is moonshine?
great.
We never answered that. What is that? Like, what is it? Just intense alcohol? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I think it's I don't know the right answer, but I did watch a fake reality show on like Lifetime about moonshine. It was
Sick.
about moonshiners, but then it turned out to be dramatized, and I was so betrayed.
Was it
That's
called The
sick.
Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, you've seen it. There's two brothers. There's a sheriff.
Oh
Yeah.
my
There's a
god.
boss. There's an actual boss.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is okay. I love my friend Audrey because we cannot escape our small townness. She goes, "Moonshine is homemade hooch." Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Wait, but
I could be wrong. I
Isn't
think
hooch homemade?
But isn't moonshine homemade?
Yeah.
yeah, but moonshine is moonshine, I think, and you can tell me this wrong. Yeah, made in a bathtub. It used
You
to be
can tell
made
me
during
this wrong.
Prohibition. It was alcohol that was made allegedly. It was made
Yeah.
during like Prohibition times, and then they'd have runners to get people alcohol, like in their cars, or whatever. But it was called moonshine because they would drive at night to stay hidden or whatever. So it was like we drive by the moonshine to deliver this.
We
alcohol.
drive by the. Do you
I think
mean
I
the
heard of that in
do
a
you
dream
mean-
one time.
Do you mean we drive by the moonlight, or would they say we drive by the
Nope.
moonshine?
We drive by the moonshine right to Dominican Public.
Well, an update from Jameson. He says it's not that great. Okay, so let's play some Ding That's
start.
My Stop, and
Okay.
yeah.
The first story is that a bar in Georgia,
Okay.
they paid their unemployed staff now with dollar bills that were stapled to the wall. Because I guess it's one of these bars that I guess that's their thing where it's like, you drink here, then you staple a dollar bill to the wall. I don't know if it's tips or whatnot, but
Okay.
so their walls were covered with dollar bills.
Oh no. Well, there's always money in the banana stand, I guess. You know that from Arrested
Yeah.
Development?
Well, that's the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
so the reason why I like this story is the quote from the person that owned the bar is, "We were sitting there, doors locked, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's money on the walls, and we have time on our hands. We got to get this money down."
Wow.
That was their quote to the news.
It's kind of the most boring story I've ever heard in my
Me
life.
too. Well, we saw money
Yeah,
on the wall.
it's like you're literally peeling wallpaper, is what you're doing. and
no,
that's
they're
the story.
peeling money off a stapled wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't
They
think
did
I'd
get
want.
almost $4,000 to pay their employees, though, which is kind of a
Whoa.
happy ending a little bit.
I hope they gave it to the
Whoa.
bank so they got new dollars. I don't think I would want like crumpled up that just goes here.
Stacy's at home, like can't feed her kids, and they're like, "Here you go," and she's like, "What's this dirty dollar bill?"
I'll tell you this:
Take it back.
working in customer service, in retail, there is nothing nastier, nothing than being handed warm change that you have to put in your hand. I would be like, so when did you start murdering people? It was disgusting. Just like, stuck to my hand. Gross. No thanks.
Yeah.
That's one
If
of
you
the
really
things
wanna
that I
get-
think will change after this pandemic. People are going to be like, change is just straight dirt. I don't want to touch anybody else's change at this point.
Jason, that's not true.
I basically just said the same thing you said.
Jason,
please. Ugh.
I feel like if I really wanted to get back at someone, I'd give them some warm change.
Yeah.
That sounds like the best revenge.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's ass pennies. Remember that Mr. Show sketch?
No, it wasn't Mr. Show. It was UCB.
Was
Ass-
it UCB?
Yeah.
That's
Ass
it.
pennies. That's what this podcast is going to be called, is ass pennies.
What a great premise, though, just to gain confidence from passing out ass pennies. You probably touched one of my ass pennies. I have the upper hand here.
You've probably touched one of my ass pennies. Oh. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay, what's next on the docket?
An exotic owl escaped a wildlife sanctuary
Great.
in North Carolina. Yep.
That's
But
it.
I was also thinking, just like, the
That's
reason why I
it.
like this story is because, like, it's like, how did he escape? It's like they just didn't realize. I think they had like day one and they're like, we should have put a roof on. It's an owl. We were not there to witness him flying away, but our assumption is something must have spooked him for him to be able to break away. It's like we weren't there to witness it, but he flew away. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
They didn't say like they left a door open or anything. They're like, God, I don't know what happened. I guess he got scared.
It always makes me sad when I see neighborhood signs for missing birds. I'm like, did they must have had to do that for their kids, and like put it up? Because what normal person was like, well, let's do a, lost bird sign. Have you seen them around your neighborhood ever? I can't be the only one. Okay.
It makes me so sad.
Does it? Why?
Oh, just a lost little birdie.
Or do you
Those
think
little smoochers?
But don't you think he leaves the cage and goes, finally? Like, do you think he's like?
But for sure, he's dead in like an hour.
Oh, but how thrilling was that 60 minutes before the end?
Yeah.
Like,
this is oh God, an owl just swooped down and ate him. So,
this is a man. I'm doing it.
Freer. Yeah. I'm free. I'm more free.
I remember this one time, like Vic doesn't really do anything. He's like a little cat. But one time we were at the park and I guess there was like a wounded bird and it kind of tried to take flight. And Vic, for a moment, I guess his instincts took over and he ended up with this huge bird in his mouth. And his eyes were so big and I was like, ah! And then these hippies were like, save the bird. And Vic was just running around with this bird flapping. Anyways, I think that bird's okay.
You reminded me of a story, not of an animal, but of my son. And when he was like 5, we would hang out on the playground every day and they just play after school. And one day we saw all these kids. All of a sudden, they were pulling a tree along, and like they'd broken a sapling, and they were all like, "This is the best!" And Theo ran over and he was like, I did that. And it was like, oh my God, you broke it. You killed a tree. And it was the most I'd ever destroyed my son.
Really? Were you like, you can't do that?
In this moment, because he was so proud of like the power he'd exhibited. And then when he realized the consequences, he was crushed. He was crushed for days. We had to go to a tree store, I don't remember the name, and buy a sapling and go on a Saturday and dig a hole in the playground and plant the new sapling.
But that's nice.
Do you know why
that's such
so
a good
smart,
lesson.
Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why this is so smart? Because 10 years from now, you're going to be like, instead of him going to therapy and you going, what is he talking about? You're going to know. You'll already know what he's talking about. This very incident is what he's going to be talking about.
I know every single time, but I'd be like, oh, that's staying with you. Oh, what I did right there, I'm staying.
No, but that's a good lesson.
You can see it. Yeah, it was a good lesson.
I
mean, that new sapling lasted like a day.
Oh, it died too.
Before the next kids got
Hi ho. It's off to work we go.
Who gave them axes?
And you're like, I was teaching them a lesson.
Why is that one tired lady walking around with them?
Guilty. Guilty. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Guilty as charged.
Oh, you gonna put me in prison with the cute guys? I remember my nephew
Oh
was
my God.
my nephew was trying to teach my parents' dog a trick over FaceTime, and he was yelling at the dog, and I was like, "Excuse me." I'm like, "You have to be nice." And he's like, "Dogs don't have feelings." I was like, "Yes, they do." So I did teach him about compassion and stuff. And I think I hurt his feelings because I think he realized like I was right, obviously. And he goes, "Well, I think I actually got to go right now." Like he just needed to be alone and process his feelings. And I was like, I've ruined him. I ruined his brain.
He's a vegetarian for life.
He's a vegetarian
But
for life.
imagine going from like dogs don't have feelings to dogs do have feelings. You're gonna have so many regrets.
I know. He was like, "Oh, I gotta
That's
go."
a huge thing.
No, he's like,
Well, I didn't kick it.
I didn't kick it. I didn't kick it. Oopies.
You know who else has feelings? Blades of grass. Now try to run it around in the field now.
Jason, shut the fuck up.
Shut up, Jason. That's so stupid. I can't even believe it.
You know who doesn't have feelings? Jason.
Jason. Attack him, everyone
Can't
in the
feel
chat.
it. Doesn't land.
What's crazy is that Rob and I are drinking
Is
at
my heart's
12:30
bawling
and
right now.
Jason's
That's what's
drinking
crazy.
at 9:30. Oh, sorry, we're time same time. Okay, what's another one? Let's go.
Well, now the rest of them are all going to be these just awesome Guinness World Book of Records.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they are what they are. Idaho friends break Guinness record for tennis ball catches in a basket.
Oh
And
my
it's got
God.
a picture. They've got like masks on. This is just them at home. One of them has strapped a backpack of a basket to their bag, and then they just throw tennis balls across the room. And this is somehow a world record.
Yeah, if that's a record, then anything can be a record.
Yeah.
But this is the whole conversation. Big, you have to understand. I don't think these books exist anymore because they would be so thick and so big, bigger than the Bible. And I will tell you, like, there's a record for everything. You can't think of it. There's going to be stuff in there that you would never think of, and there are records for.
But isn't
which
it
is
sad that you
crazy.
don't even get money? Like you don't even get $1,000. Like why are you doing it?
Just for your name in the book, I guess. By the way, there was also a previous record that they had to beat, and it's like it also isn't elite in any way, and I'll tell you why. Because like in the Olympics and stuff, when they beat the record, it's like, oh my God, he beat it by like 1/10 of a second, because that's how like it's so hard.
Right.
The previous record was 66 tennis balls. These guys got 108. So it's like
Oh, I
someone
could
just
do
did
that.
it before and was like, now it's a record, and they're like, well, we'll beat that.
Jason, it's because the sport is in its infancy. Like, give it like 10 more years, and it'll be like, whoa, they got 192.5.
How did they get that 0.5 of a tennis ball? Oh, you obviously don't know the sport.
You haven't been following along.
You're very
I need our
naive.
researcher. I need our researcher to find out some Guinness Book of World Records that haven't been found yet.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what I need.
Get
Jameson?
it, Jameson.
Yeah.
Get in the chat. Jameson, figure it out, please. Jameson and Rob were in a very, very great commercial. It's very serious. It's so funny when you see your friends in a commercial because you think it's going to be funny. Yours isn't. It's serious. It's about
They
manipulation.
cut out the punchline at the end.
Oh my God.
They're like, no,
No.
let the tension live.
Did
That's
it
what they
feel?
said.
Did it feel nice to be on set? Well, you do dramatic stuff. I never get to, but it must have felt nice. Just being in a real scene. No.
Is this your Tide Pods commercial?
Yeah.
No, this was what was this one?
It was a bank. They were at a bank. Serious.
This isn't the bank when you were with Jameson, is it? Is that the one we're
I
talking about?
literally just said that.
What's that?
Oh my God. I think the most embarrassing.
But that one was funny. I thought that one was funny but
It's-
that was Baker doing serious
It's not funny. It's
Dick
serious.
Boss.
No, it's serious. He's like
I laughed at it.
Baker's being a shyster.
The character literally says, this is not a game.
This is
it tells
not a
you that
game.
it's not.
It's not a game.
It's not a game. But it's a funny moment.
I think the saddest commercial I was in was I was supposed to be in a grocery store commercial for spring, and like spring has sprung, and they decided to put me in men's jean shorts and a man's gray t-shirt. Mark Andrade was also in the
picture.
spot.
I have the still of this. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're eating ice cream.
Yeah, and the ice cream was lard on a cone. And they didn't give me any color or anything. They didn't do anything to my hair. They didn't put makeup on me. And I was texting everyone. I was outside all day. Mark Andrade was on set. They loved him. And Jason found the photo, and it's brutal. It just pans to me, and I'm watching a beautiful woman like eat peaches, and I'm holding an ice cream cone. And I look like I just escaped jail. Jason, is it not true? You have the photo.
It does look like you're the woman over there being like, I guess I should eat some fruit.
So true. I had thought
that's relatable as fuck, though. That's so relatable.
Totally. But I thought I had booked the role of woman in the meadow or something. It was like something beautiful. And I showed up and they're like, no, you're ice cream lady. I was like, yeah, that tracks.
And Jonathan says you were so mad all day.
Yeah, Mark says I was mad all day. I was miffed. They were like, just put this on.
Baker, I don't know if you know this, but Jameson said that he edited a version of your commercial with just you and his cat.
Oh, I got to see this.
Oh, we got to see that. Send that our way. Mark Andrade says, Stacey, what dramatic role would you like to play? Well,
Ross from Frasier.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
Yeah. Whenever times get tough, my friends go, well, why don't you just start doing some dramatic stuff? And I'm like,
just do a movie with Tom Cruise.
Just do one. Yeah.
The thing is, your work is already so full of heart and groundedness that you're already a dramatic actor. Like, you're already there.
Thank you. Yeah. That's nice.
You don't rely on flippant things.
Oh.
You rely on depth of character.
That's really lovely for you to say, even though you know that Jason and I tried to do a sketch where I played his boner. And it didn't work.
That boner had heart.
It had heart.
Yeah.
Not like the boner from Growing Pains. This boner had heart and conviction.
Guess what? This boner didn't want to respect women.
There was pathos in that boner.
There was.
Yeah.
This is
Charles, we said that sketch didn't work, so it never saw the light of day. Like,
well,
that also.
We did it once, and the audience went, no. And we went, you're right. It's gone. Never to be seen again. You know what's funny is I kept on to this jacket where I played Jason's boner. It was this huge red, like shiny jacket. Audrey says, are you letting this land? I am letting this land. It's very kind. But I remember taking the boner jacket to Second City because I was like, oh, I'll bring this for props and fuck around Saturdays. And then I ended up giving it to our friend Alan Shane Lewis, and he wears it for fashion, and it looks so cool. You know when you take something sketch and someone makes it full fashion, and you're like, whoa.
This is my Nigel Downer then.
What do you mean?
Like I could pick anything and it looks great, and if I put it on, they're like, Jason, what are you doing?
That's true.
Alan Shane Lewis is a very attractive man. He can make anything look good.
Oh, he does. He's so fashionable. I can't even with it. Yeah. I can't. I will like to mention that when I was on set with Mark Andrade and I was being dressed like a prison guard, everyone was obsessed with Mark, and we were shooting at a farmer's market, and he bought like so many pies from this woman.
That's so great.
And they were in love with him. Of
course.
Yeah.
This reads 100% Mark Andrade.
Yeah.
It's sad that we've never been on a commercial set together. I wonder what that dynamic would be. Jason freaking out, Rob and I just hanging out, being cool. I wonder what the dynamic would be.
Yeah, we know that the script is there. We've just had a few. Just haven't hit a line in it yet.
Hell yeah.
But
all right, what's another dumb story?
Here's one that you'll hate for two reasons. One, it's a Guinness World Book record. A Utah man amasses a collection of about 2,000 board games.
Ugh,
this is how he's trying to get.
Who cares?
And I'll tell you this: he's not in them yet. He's working towards being a part of the Guinness World Book of Records.
That can't be close. That can't even be close for board games.
No.
It doesn't. Let me see.
Is he in it for being the oldest virgin?
Yeah.
Such a stupid joke. I bet you it's true though.
Why don't we play Monopoly Strip Poker? How about that? I'm leaving.
I'm technically a virgin, but I've seen like so many boobs that it's like not even like crazy surprising when I see them now.
Like ask me how many. Like I dare you.
I dare you. And sometimes like
Why is it an uneven number?
Oh my God. You know, unrelated. That's pretty.
He says
like,
that he owns 2,000 games, but some are doubles of games he already had. So
That
the
doesn't
number
count.
of unique games in
Then
his
that
collection
doesn't
is
count.
probably closer to 1,500.
Oh my God.
That means he's got 500 games twice.
What a loser. Sorry about
How
it.
is this even a story? Like this person did not set a record and they got a story about them?
I'm mad. I can't even get 10,000 followers on Instagram, and this freaking virgin loser has 500 board games and gets in the news? Give me a break.
Here's his quote.
I got 40 Scrabbles.
Oh, call the news.
Here's the quote that will tell you exactly who this
Justin
person
Trudeau,
is.
I know you're dealing with a pandemic, but put this down. We found a virgin who has 500 Scrabbles. When you address the nation, can you include this off the top? We need to know.
Absolutely.
It will be my honor. Go on, Jason.
Here's the quote. So very little have actually been played. A lot of them are unopened. A lot of them are just...
Then who cares?
I really want to play them someday, but I also have that kind of FOMO, I guess, that if I don't buy it now, I'll never be able to find it again because that's happened. Anyways, we've got a long ways to go to play them all, but we can do it.
First of all, I think
Remember when I said the other story was the most boring story I'd ever heard in my life? They asked him about not opening and playing the games, and he had an answer that he talked about. They have a whole quote of him not doing the thing.
Also,
Not doing anything.
And he even used the term FOMO incorrectly.
He used FOMO wrong.
Also, the biggest lie is he kept saying we. We know he's alone. It's I.
It's
have.
him in his boner dressed in a red jacket, oversized jacket is what he's talking
I
about.
really want to play
Played
the.
Scrabble today? Not yet, boner.
Come on, buddy.
I got to be in set for growing pains in like 15 minutes, so we got to play now.
Yeah. I can't. It's just him by himself, just going, one day we'll have friends to play this Scrabble with. No, don't feel bad for him.
Oh, it's got his name here, Alistair Forbes.
That's a dumb joke. People don't know him. He's our friend who likes board games.
We love him.
Whoa!
I know that people love board games, and I can't get into it. We weren't a board game family. We were more like a chain smoke in the backyard till everyone goes to sleep sort of family. And
We weren't a family that checked temperatures during fevers.
no. We were a don't answer the phone because the creditors are calling sort of family.
Can't cook dinner because the toaster oven's broken.
We were sort of a beans get warm with the sun sort of family. So yeah, we were telling your parents you might be depressed when you're 16 family, but they say dinner's ready, wash your hands. So it was sort of that sort of dynamic. But I can't get into board games, like, although I have been playing D&D and I of course have been loving it, but yeah, I just can't. What's the one with the grains and Catan, Settlers of Catan. My problem with these board games is when you play with people that are really intense about board games, they're like judging your play. It's like when I would go bowling and get a gutter ball and people are like, you know, you can get better. And I'm like, by you shutting up. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Glenn? Who cares?
You know how to get better at bowling? Just get another drink in you, and then you're like, now I see it all
See,
clearly.
you got to come bowling with me. I'm like, we're just getting drunk at a different place. That's what we're doing. Who cares?
You think this is about the score?
You're going to get mad about bowling? Oh, my God. Count your Scrabbles again.
Glenn is the perfect bowling name.
It's true.
We could open up a store with bowling shirts and just already tape the name Glenn on it, and we'd sell out.
They're selling like hotcakes.
Can you believe it?
I'll get the shirt. Here you go, Glenn. How'd you know?
We just knew. We knew.
You know, my name wasn't Glenn, but now it is.
The second I changed my name to Glenn, I bowled a 360. I don't know if that's a good...
See you at the lanes.
See, I'm Glenn, and I bowl. See you at the lanes.
And if you're not at the lanes from FOMO, come play my board games.
Sorry, gotta go. Got an interview with Guinness Book of World Records right now.
Oh my God. Everyone associated these stories is a fucking Glenn. And I know cool Glens, and that's an insult to them, but he gets it.
You know, I think we can say that a cool Glenn was named wrong.
That's true. That's true.
Shayla in the chat just wrote, "Oh my God, I was in a beer league bowling, and there was a guy named Glenn who took it way too seriously."
Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course.
You forgot an N on my name when you put it on the scorecard. Glenn with 2 N's.
Trying to get a third.
Trying to get a third.
Pick up the spare on my name.
Yeah. Hey.
Pick up the spare.
And talk to me if you want to get better at this.
Yeah, he's not even talking to you close. He's a couple lanes over. Hey, talk to me if you want to get better at this, huh? You know, I get free nachos here. I don't even ask. They just put them down. I don't pay for them either. Oh my God. I think we should do a beer league. When this all gets sorted out, the 3 of us, we're doing a bowling beer league. Just the 3 of us. We're called Glenn.
Nobody's putting fingers in those public bowling balls ever again.
I am.
There's
Who
no way.
cares? Who cares? It's
Me
fine.
neither. I'm gonna have a Glenn glove, so I'm fine actually.
Hell yeah.
But you don't wear a glove when you bowl, do you?
Glenn does.
Glenn does. Monogram, Glenn.
Your wife comes. Her name's now Seattle. That's it. Glenn in Seattle.
The doors open in slow motion whenever we enter the bowling alley. Oh, Glenn and Seattle are here.
Yeah.
And their friend Glenn.
And I love that.
Oh, just seeing like one of those digital scorecards on the television, and every name is Glenn, but it's all spelled differently.
Glenn, Glenn, Glun.
It's
Glenn.
Gaelic.
It's Glenn. Okay, not Glun.
And before you say it, it's Glenn, not Glun. Because you're going to say it wrong. My whole league does. Yeah, I'm in a bowling league.
And the last name is Smythe, not Smith, okay?
Glun Smythe. And before you say it in the chat, yeah, we need this. Oh, that's so
Glenn was always trying to help people with their form. Oh, what are you doing over here, girl?
You cannot say girl with your robe like that. Go to prison. Go to prison.
That's how Glenn does it.
Hey, girl.
His bowling shirt's got 3 buttons undone. Hey, girl.
Much like my ball, my shirt also is undone and open. Oh, my God.
My eyes.
Oh.
No surprise to anyone. My mom used to be a bowler. And yeah, I'm sad that she gave it up. I'm like, she chain smokes enough for it. Yeah, she needed it.
Uh-huh.
I hope she finds it later in life. Gets back to the lanes. I needed a breath. Sorry to those just listening and hearing that big breath into the mic. Well, we are sort of wrapping up. Does anyone have plans this weekend? Anything on the docket? Any like, I'm making bread. I'm doing this.
We do something to keep us like, we had that show we were doing every Saturday night at Second City. So it's like the cast and some other people get together to do a pub trivia night over Zoom where we all make up our own questions and pass them on. Which sounds like whatever, but it's kind of like bowling. It's not about the game, it's about the time.
No, hold on.
Hold on.
No, with bowling, it is about the game.
It is about the game.
Sorry, Glenn.
It's Glenn!
You know,
Ah!
bowling, not about the game, just about
Glenn,
the time.
Glenn, when he goes to the bowling alleys, he's like size 13. And we're like, we all know you have size 9 feet, Glenn.
He's shuffling. He keeps sliding over the line with his big feet.
Had to buy my own shoes. They don't have a big enough size here.
And when I say shoes, I mean my dick is massive. Ugh. Okay, so you're gonna do your pub trivia. Are you doing anything, Rob? What are you doing?
I'm not even doing anything. I'm gonna have a nap. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have a nap.
You're gonna have a nap.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't think
What are you doing?
Nothing. I mean, that I want to do something like lazy, allow myself to be a bit lazy, but it's kind of stressful. Like there's nothing, like I'm getting over all the, I don't know, like I'm over TV. I'm over, does that make sense? Like I don't know
Have
how
you
to
been
keep
watching
my,
anything that would grab Stacey's attention this weekend that maybe you haven't seen? Like maybe there's
well, I'm going to be
a show
watching,
that you haven't.
I'm watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off because that's our, you know, our,
So we went with
movie.
Ferris. Is that the final? We forgot to say that. That's true. Is the final confirmation Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
That's a great choice.
I think so. Yeah. I think that's going
It
to
was
be our
between
choice.
that and Dirty Dancing.
Yeah. So
You know what's awesome is that you'll see an actor who's in Succession and in Ferris Bueller, and it's awesome to after watching all of Succession. It's great to see young version of him, whatever
Oh,
that
really?
guy's name is.
I
Yeah.
gotta-
Cameron? Is it Cameron?
Yeah, the best friend. Yeah.
I gotta start watching. I gotta start watching Succession because everyone's talking about it.
There
I
you
haven't
go.
watched it either.
It's a great show.
Yeah, I really want to watch it. I don't know.
It
though.
really, to me, is like a drama written by comedians.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's really funny, but nothing is played for the laughs at all.
I'm okay. I've been trying to get into it. I watched the first episode, but I just I'm dragging my feet on it. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'm starting to or I'm watching Friday Night Lights for the first time.
cool.
Have you
I've
ever
never
watched that?
That's what I got to do.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty good jammy jam. I'm trying to put up your video, but it's just not working today. But where can we find you, Rob? On the internets.
On the internet, you can find me at Robbie Baker, Robbie_Baker on Twitter.
Yes.
And Robbie Baker, just Robbie Baker on Instagram.
Oh, here it is. It just went up. It just
and
surprised
here's one
us.
thing.
Yes.
Is this the one
another
that Danson
thing.
sent over? Is this the video you're talking about, Stacey?
No. I was putting up Rob's video. Yeah.
Here's another thing. A couple of years ago, myself and Adam Colley and Jordan Armstrong
Oh,
made
yes.
an album of Easter songs.
Yes.
So if you want some, we thought there weren't enough Easter carols in the world.
Yes.
So we did an album of Easter carols. It's called It's a Great Friday. And you can find that wherever, we can find it on YouTube and on Bandcamp.
We and on Bandcamp. We're gonna put it in our descriptor as well, so
Yeah,
you can
great.
see it. Yeah, here's your.
You can find it on my MySpace. I downloaded and put it on my MySpace.
No,
So-
it's really
We're
funny.
probably
It's really
already
great.
friends already on MySpace, so just go to my page there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're all in that. Yeah. I found your video. It is working. So here's your follows, and everyone should follow Rob Baker. And the Easter songs we will definitely, for sure, without question, link below.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait to see that. Hold on. Now
Andrada loves the Easter songs. He's in.
Yeah, they're the best.
Awesome.
Jason, is there anything else you want to say before we end this lovely, great Friday?
I would say let's just all I don't know what people are doing now because we've all had a couple drinks and now we've got the rest of the day to live. Live it the way you want, man. Glenwood.
Glenwood, just live it great.
Is did Glenn die?
Yeah, by the way, to Glenn.
Well, everyone
To
listening,
Glenn!
to Glenn, everyone, to Glenn. If you're listening to this and you're like, what were all these silences and this drinking sound? Well, we were having some beverages, and you can watch us live. You can go to our YouTube and you can join us in the joyousness that is this podcast every day. So we go live weekdays, Monday through Friday at 12:30 Eastern time. And what time is it for you, Jason?
9:30 a.m.
That's when he started muddling strawberries and drinking tequila.
Started that around 8 a.m.
Thank you to everyone in the chat. You definitely make our week and you make our days every day. So thank you so much for following us. And we will see you all on Monday. The movie is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And Jason will be taking too many notes and I'll just be softly watching it in the background. Lana said it's 4 a.m. where she is, so she's going to bed. Hell yeah, girl. Get some sleep.
Good night.
And everyone have the best weekend. Wash your hands. Be safe. And we will see you all on Monday. Bye.